Charlie, it's been a very busy 7 days for you, and last weekend you had two life-changing events.
Yeah, it probably all started off on Thursday when Dad sort of called Philip and I round for a chat after reading stables and sort of said that he was going to hand the licence over after York. So started there, and then obviously the day after, Philippa gave birth to our second child, Edward.
And was Philippa overdue at this stage? Was this a sort of a way of inducing the birth, do you think?
She was only a couple of days overdue. She had a bit of reflexology actually that morning, so I think she thinks it was that, but maybe it was just the thought that we'd take over the licence.
And it's big shoes to fill as well. Of course, you've been assistant to your father for the past 8 years, and prior to that you've also gained experience in Newmarket and further afield in Australia as well.
Yeah, training is something I've always wanted to do really since my school days, so it's it's a long process. There's plenty to learn in this game, and you probably always will do. You never stop learning.
So when you were in Australia, you worked for the Hayes family, I believe.
That's right, yeah. I was there for just the winter, really, 6 months. Absolutely really enjoyed it. It's some great racing out over there. Learned plenty, completely different way of training as we do here. But like I say, I really enjoyed it, and just spent the winter there.
And when you were at Newmarket, you spent some time at James Fanshawe as well, during a time when he had quite a number of good horses on the go as well.
Yeah, I had 2 years in Newmarket. Really enjoyed working with James and Jacko. They're a great family, got some really good owners. At the time, they had some wonderful horses, such as Grandira, Invermark, Horloir, Soviet Song as well, plus many more. But really enjoyed it there. There's so much to learn in Newmarket, so many different training grounds and different canters. It's a terrific place.
And of course, since returning to Farringdon Place as well, you've had plenty of good horses to get stuck into as well over the years here, such as Ganati and Dark Angel, and a huge list of horses really.
Yeah, I mean, came back, been here for 8 years, and the numbers have been pretty consistent really over the 8 years. Had some wonderful horses, won some lovely races, and very much enjoyed it.
What would you put down sort of as being your highlight so far in your 8 years as assistant here to your father?
Well, it's probably it was unfortunate really for Dad, because he was very ill a couple of years ago when he had septicemia. But it was an opportunity for me to sort of get a taste really, and it was coming up to Royal Ascot, and we had obviously Ganati had won the Guineas, so there's a nice sort of good preparation up to that royal meeting, and obviously Ganati winning the coronation had to be one of the highlights really.
It was a great week as well for Team Hills at Royal Ascot that week, and you were leading trainer?
I think we were, yeah, we were. It was we had three winners, and actually 4 winners I think it was, and a second. That was great. One of those wonderful weeks. So
we're just really counting down the days before the name Charles Hills appears on the licence. You've got a few runners this weekend at Newbury and then York next week. Just talk us through some of your more obvious candidates.
Well, obviously, York, the Ebor meeting is one of the highlights of the season. We've got a very nice filly called Angels Will Fall, who's unbeaten so far. She was very impressive at Ascot in Group 3. So, the plan was always to go for the Lowther, and she seems very well in herself. Did a nice piece of work yesterday. Michael was very happy with her. He hasn't actually sat on her yet because Robert Winston's done the steering so far. But, she should have a very good chance in that. We've also got 3 2-year-olds in that Doncaster Sales race who, all got good each way chances. And I suppose, Newbury this weekend, I wouldn't have thought Red Jazz is in the Hunger for Stakes, but he's not quite 100%, so we'll have to see really in the next 24 hours really where we go with him.
And you've got another contender going to France as well?
Yeah, we've got Ransom now. He runs in a Group 3. It looks a nice opportunity for him. He should enjoy the ground really, and he ought to have a good chance.
Just looking ahead to one of the other stable stars, you've got Redwood. What are the plans for him, sort of medium, long term?
We're not too sure at the moment. He ran at Goodwood last time. Certainly didn't run up to his form. and he hasn't been 100% since then. So we need to have a chat really and have a chat with the vets and see where we're going to go forward with him.
Okay. Sort of among the 2-year-old generation, is there anything that's particularly exciting you? Anything we haven't seen on a racecourse yet that's one to follow? Or
there's a very nice Cockney Rebel filly who's a half sister to Gallagher. She might run next Monday. Probably end up being my first runner actually. But she goes very nice, a filly we've always liked, and unfortunately haven't managed to get on the track yet. Just a few niggly problems, but she's got a nice temperament and she goes very nice. She's called Cockney Dancer.
And of course a busy few months coming up as well, because you guys are big players in the yearling market as well, and you'll be at all the sales. And will your father still sort of maintain a position on the team of selectors?
Oh, definitely, I would have thought. He loves the sales, so he says, when you're buying yearlings, you got to imagine it's looking through a crystal ball. What they're going to look like in the next sort of 6 months to a year. So he very much enjoys it, and it's great because Dad lives pretty much on a yard where we are now actually, and he's certainly going to be playing a helping hand.
In terms of your staff structure here, now that you've been promoted from assistant to trainer, if you like, will there be somebody else promoted to assistant, or is just sort of Kevin Mooney's job?
Yeah, Kevin, he's obviously agreed to stay on, which is great, because he's been fantastic over the years for us. He's been a rock really. Lovely fella, got tremendous experience, and very professional. So it's great that he's agreed to stay on, and we look to go forward now, and hopefully there's 184 boxes here. It'd be great to have them all full.